Hi, welcome to Tic Tac Toe game developed using Access MS Access. If you're wondering why MS Access, is because the score can be recorded. So let's see how it plays. If I click on new game, so we have that. There we have a winner. Okay, Parker is winning. Let's start another game. Okay, Paul has 3, Parker 4. Okay, we can always add a new player and make sure we save whatever we have, and let's add their name or enter their name. So let's say this guy's name is Flex and the other guy's name is Zone. Alright, so let's start a new game and let's see who is leading now. Okay, Zone 1, Flex 0. Zone 2, Flex 0. Okay, let's try to make Flex win. Start a new game. Flex 1, Zone 2. Okay, that is how it works. And as you can see, you will notice we have a full screen. We can always enable and get back our ribbon or reset the whole game and get back the full screen. So what I'm going to do now is to take you guys straight into Access development environment, and we'll put one of these together. So let's do that now, guys. You will enjoy this game. It's quite good because we are able to record everything. But just before I leave, I forgot to show you. Let me show you guys the score. Those are the previous calls that were recorded, and now let's save it and make sure we're able to record that of Flex. And let's see, guys, come back in here, double click on that, and right there we have Flex and we have Zone right there. So what I'm going to do now is to take you guys straight into Access development environment, and we'll put one of these together. So let's do that now. Welcome to Access tutorial of a Tic Tac Toe game. So I'm going to start by clicking on blank database, and let's give that a name. Just call it, let's say, Access underscore Tic Tac Toe, and save that. There we go. So the first thing I want to do is to go to this design view here, and there I'm just going to call it Tic Tac Toe. Alright, click on OK. So I'm going to get rid of that because I intend that to be player X, and that's going to be just short string player X name. The other one is just player X, then shots for the data type, followed by player O name, and that's going to just be player O. Right, for player X I'm going to change that to numbers, and player O I'm going to change that to number as well. Only the names remains as text. That is it. Save. So I can now close this, and let's come to create. In there we select form design. There we think I'm going to change the height of this form to 16.35. there, that's the height. And then let's select up here, we say it, so that we'll be able to locate the other properties. Okay, in there I'm going to go for, let's go for 34 by 70. So that is the width. So that one is sorted. Now the other thing I like to do on this very form is, let me change the back color right there. That is my back color. I like that. Alright, now let's go to design. Why in design we want the following. Let's click on that button. Let's make sure, okay, you see the use control with Z. I'm going to enable that and just click, draw my buttons as follows. That's my first button there. Okay, that's approximately 4. Let's just change, make it 4 by 4. Right, that's the width and height there. So let's move it up. Okay, the next thing I want to do now is let's change the font. I'm going to change the font to 180 right there and get rid of whatever content I have in there. Come to all and delete that. I don't want anything in there anyway. And I'm going to change this to BTN Tac 1. So that's Tic Tac Toe button 1. Right, so I actually need 9 of those. So I'm going to copy this, but first thing first, let's come to format. Let me put an X in there so that I can see what I'm doing. Okay, can you guys see that? So I'm just going to highlight there, make it bold, so that's fine, and make sure it's black. Right, that's fine. So I can delete this X now. So this button is ready for me to be used. So copy it across, copy, paste. That's button 2. Let's paste it somewhere there. Paste the second one. So that's 3 buttons in total. Select it all, copy and paste. Another row of 3 buttons and paste that, drag it down here. Yeah, so all my buttons are in place now, and that's good enough for me. Alright, that's fine. So the next thing I want to do is let's go back to design right up here and get this very group, option group. Click on that, just draw it. Let's change this. You see this very one, I want to change that to Tic Tac Toe. Right, that's fine. And just drag it down much. And let's change format. Let's change that to maybe something readable. 24. Right, bold. Okay. Alright, that's fine. Just move it up slightly. Just grab the edge of the one that you want to move, so that you can move it individually. Right. Okay, the second one, I think I should change the back color as well. Let's change the back color. Let's come here, back color. I think that's the right one. Right, that's fine. Okay, now this very one, let me change the border width. I'm going to change that to maybe 4. Look at that, 4. Now let's change the color of that border width. I'm going to come in here, let's change it to something bluish. Right, now let's specify the width of this frame. So the width is going to be, let's say, go for about 17 plus, and the height, let me make that about 12, 48. Yeah, that is fine. Let's close this so that you guys can see it. You see that, guys? Okay, I was almost there. Right, let's move this up a little bit. Well, let's see. Yeah, let's just tap it up. Right, so we should be there now. That's correct. Okay, the next thing I want to do now is, you see, make sure your form is selected. I'm going to select the form and I need the design. Get the property, make sure this form is selected, get the property, or you can always right click on it and select form properties. Right in there, I want this. Look at it, record source. Drop it down and select your Tic Tac Toe. That is it, that's my record source. Remember the name of the table is called Tic Tac Toe. That's it right there, and that's what I've just linked here. So the next thing is we now come straight into add existing fields. The existing fields are right in here. Now select all of the fields, drag it, drop it on board. There we go. That's all you need to do. So you're through with that. You don't need that anymore. That's it, done. Okay, the other thing is, if you like, we can just format it right now, change that to about maybe 20. Okay, and make it bold, make sure it's all black. That's it, done. So enhancing the look of the interface can be done maybe later. Okay, that is the interface. Let's move it down. Okay, so just drag it so that you can get the look that you want. Okay guys, now the next thing we want to do is select this, the one that looks like TextBox. Okay, go to the design, grab the property, this very one, but we want to change the border. Okay, look at it, border width, come in there, and let's make that about 3. The choice is yours, you can choose whatever you like. And border color, let me make it correspond to this color right here, so that is fine. What about all of this? Let's give them the same type of border color. Select it all and add some border width to it. Come in here, drop that down, maybe 3 as well. And the color, let's change the color. Does it have that same color? Right, that is fine, all done. Now I'm just going to open up this so that we can see the text in there. Okay, so move these aside and just open it up like that. Right, so I'm going to speed that up. Right, that is how the whole system looks now. So the other thing that is left for me to do now, let's add the following. So let's come in here and just add a button. Right, the first button that I like to add, I'm going to just call that maybe add new. Okay, so let's come straight to the property right there. I'm going to call that BTN tag 11. Right, and this is add. Change the font. Let's look for the font somewhere. Now I'm going to change that to something readable, maybe 20 there, and make sure it's black. Right, so I will add 2 more buttons, or I can just copy this, copy, paste. That might be over here somewhere. Yeah. And I'm going to call this very one reset. BTN reset. Then we write reset right in there. Then copy and paste. So this is going to be called BTN exit. Exit and BTN exit right there. Okay, see this very one, I'm going to change it to new. That'll be my new game. Right, then I would then add 2 more buttons. Those buttons will be macro base. Go to the design, drop this down, and let's select use control wizard. Okay, once that is selected, you see it is highlighted there, so I can now create those two buttons that I need. One of them is going to be new, add new. Okay, so I'm just going to call that new. Add, sorry, get rid of record. So that is fine. So that is btn add there, and make sure it's of the same size with the others, approximately the same size. Well, I'll try to get it right anyways. Now the next one is save. Let's enter that in here. Save. You do need your save button. You must get one of those on board. Get rid of that, and we just change that name. Next, change that name to btn save there. Alright guys, those are the buttons, and that's how I want them to look like. Okay, you see these two buttons, add and save, those are macro base. Why this very one is not a macro base? So I'm going to select that first. Now let's go to events. Now let's click on this very arrow there. You can see is click event. Drop that down, select event procedure, click on this rectangle there, and right in there I'm going to enter the following lines of code. So let's start by declaring as follows. Then I exit as Visual Basic message box result. Now I exit equals message box. Let's enter our comment in there, confirm if you want to exit there, comma, and then right in there we enter Visual Basic question plus VB yes no. Now comma, and we just enter the name of our game, Tic Tac Toe there. Close that. Now let's use an if statement to confirm the option made. If I exit equals VB yes, then we want the system to do command dot close do command dot close, get rid of that, AC form, then say me dot name. That's it. Press enter. I think there might be a comma there. Press enter, and we just enter and if. So that is the lines of code that get rid of or that close the system. Okay, have a good look at it. You guys will need it. Alright, so the next one is, okay, the other thing I would like to do is I might as well take the advantage while in the code and just declare option explicit. I'm writing under option explicit. I'm going to declare the following. Let's call that checker to check whatever is going on as boolean. So my boolean is going to be, that'll be yes or no. Okay, now let's take care of this. You see I have two other buttons. I have them, one is called BTN disabled and BTN enabled right there. Okay, and I'm gonna need a form as well. Where's the form? That is the form load. Okay, I have those 1, 2, 3 procedure open. The reason being, you see these BTN enabled and disabled, look at them. In fact, let me just run it so that we see how it all looks like. This is how it looks like for now. Okay, but nothing is happening, nothing so far apart from the exit. Alright, let's go back to design view. Now go straight to the code view. Right inside btn exit, I'm going to say do command dot show. So I'm going to be using that to get rid of the ribbon. So, and what do I want to get rid of? That's going to be the ribbon. So this is how you get rid of the ribbon on your system, comma AC tools. Okay, that is for disable. In the case of disable, I'm going to choose AC toolbar, no. There, that is that done. And I'm going to use that for my form load as well to get rid of the ribbon as soon as the system start running. But as for enable, okay, I'm going to make that yes. Okay, so if let's save. Oh, it has no name. I'm just going to call it Tic Tac Toe. That's it, saved. Now back in the system and let's give it a go. There we go. You see, I have the control of the whole system, of the whole screen. The ribbon is disappears. But if you guys want to see the ribbon, all we need to do is enable, and there we go. That's the ribbon right there. Okay, but now I cannot do anything with this anymore because I just have to use the scroll bar to get it back. So what I'll do is I will add one line of code in here to get that sorted for me. Okay, come back in here and let's go straight into this very one. Reset, make sure it's selected, and maybe right click on it, select build event code view, and come right there. That is the reset. Paste that in there. Ribbon off. Okay, save. Now run. Okay, enable. Instead of having to use this, I can just use this to get it back on. So that's fine. Enable and go back into the design view. Now back into the code. Right inside the code, the next thing I like to do is as follows. So I'm going to go straight into my very first button. I believe that button, let's check the property, is called btn1, and let's go to the event of btn1. Select the event procedure, and right inside btn1 right there, I'm going to enter the following lines of codes. But before that, I think maybe I should let's create my very first sub procedure. Because I'm going to be calling that sub procedure in here, else I will end up with error. So that is going to be called sub score keeper, right, and end sub right there. So the first thing I want to do with the score keeper or scorekeeper is if btn tac 1 dot caption equals x, and btn 2 dot caption equals x. The same thing for btn3. Let's copy and paste, change this to 3. Then I like the system to do as follows. The three of them, that will be btn 1, 2 and 3. 1 dot back color equals, I want it to change as follows, as h. That should be and h 8000002. So that is the color I would like it to change to. Let's get rid of and, that shouldn't be there. Alright, so I'm just going to copy that and change that for the rest. Change the numbers for the rest. right? This is 2, 3 there. Okay, so one other procedure I should have called, or I would like to call in here, is going to be the, let's call that sub enable underscore force, right there. That's one other procedure I'd like to call in there, so I'm just going to call that right now. Bring it here and just paste it right underneath here. Let's say call there. Okay, the next thing is player 1 or player X equals player X plus 1. There we go. So all I just need to do now, since that one is done, let's enter an if here. Is just to copy this very same line of code and change it around the sequence, the winning sequence around. The first winning sequence is as follows: btn1, btn2, btn3. So it's going to be followed by btn4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then we have 1, 4, 7, 2, 5, 8, 3, 6, 9, and we have the diagonal winning. That's going to be 1, 5, 9, 3, 5, 7. So that's what I'm going to do inside the codes now. So I'm going to speed that up. Okay guys, this is how the lines of code look like right now. Okay, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. The next one is 1, 4, 7, 1, 5, 9, 3, 5, 7, 2, 5, 8, 3, 6, 9, okay, 4, 5, 6, and that's complete the X winnings. Then the next one is exactly the same lines of code for the 0 player. That's 1, 2, 3, 1, 4, 7, and so on. You get that, guys? These other ones is just me changing the colors of the buttons to determine who wins what. Okay, and in there I also have a message that tells the winner if the user, if they have won a prize or not, and that I'm meant to enter that in here as well, right up here. Yeah, have that in there as well. Okay, and that is that. Okay, have a good look at it. So that is my function completed. It might seem long, but it's just the same line of code. All I've just changed is the button number and different color, which you can make that up yourself. And finally, underneath here, that is the function. This function is just to disable the buttons. The next thing is, let's come straight to button 1. We can now call button 1. So for btn1, and that's my very first button, I'm going to enter as follows. Say if checker equals false. Remember, checker that was declared right up there. Okay, it was declared right up here. That's it. Okay, if it equals false, then what we want the system to do will be btn tag1.caption. There should be 1.caption equals x. Then I would like checker to default back to true there, else it is 0. So let's copy this, paste it right underneath there, and if and this becomes 0 in uppercase, and this becomes false. There. Okay, now we then have to call our function scorekeeper. There we go. Okay, call scorekeeper, and at the same time I would like to disable button 1 so that the user won't be able to click on it anymore. Dot enable equals false. You don't have to do that, but I just want to do that to prevent the user from clicking on it twice, and that is why I have this function right underneath here. Okay, now button 1 is taken care of. There we go, that's button 1. All I need to do is just copy all of these, copy all of that, and repeat exactly the same thing for button 2. So come right in here, or we can go back straight inside the code and just select button 2 right here, paste that in there, and change this to button 2. Okay, that's button 2. So I guess you guys get the whole idea. So I'm going to now speed up the coding of all of the buttons and get that out of the way. Okay, I've completed the coding for button 1 with you guys earlier on. Button 2 I just only copied and paste. Button 3, there we go, that's the codes. Button 4 and 5, 4, 5, button 6 and 7, button 8 and 9. I also have button 10. With button 10 is set them back to true and clear whatever content is in there. That is the new one to start a new game, and change the color back to the original color. That is the very first button I created earlier on, known as new. Then button 11 is just to reset the whole procedure and also change back and get rid of the ribbon. That's it. Now if you guys can still record the function, that's the function. Okay, the function is sort of like long, so let me highlight there so that you guys can see the rest. The function is just to determine the winnings. Okay, so let's bring it, that's it, the rest part of the codes up to here. As you can see, it's the same lines of codes, and up to here. I'm just changing the sequence of the button, or the sequence of winning right there. I think we are almost there now, and that's it. That is the score recorder. And finally, this is just to reset the whole, just to make it false. All of the button, change it back to false. That's all there is to it. So let's come in here. We have button 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and here is button 10, and right here I have button 11. These two buttons are just macro, and this one is my exit button. So let me run the program now for you guys there. Okay, but first thing first, let me show you the spreadsheet. There's nothing inside this. Okay, we can even delete whatever we have in here if you guys want. We can just delete that. Delete, yes, get rid of it. Okay, so we will start a new project entirely. Close that. Okay, start new. Close, collapse that. Okay, we start a new project. Click on add new, or this one new, and here start a new one. There we have a winner. Okay, you see that? but one thing is missing. We've forgotten to enter names of the players. So let's say the name is, let's say it's Tony. Right here, the other guy's name will be, let's say, Peter. So Tony has 1. Okay, restart. Something there. Okay, we need to have a look at that, why that one is not responding. Okay, reset, and let's get back into the code and get that sorted. Let's look at 2 and see what's happening with button number 2. You see that? There's a mistake there. Okay, come in here, design, button 2. Let's go to design, code for button 2. Yeah, right here, look at it. It's supposed to be 2, but I have 1 in there. That's it, sorted. That's the problem sometimes when you copy and paste lines of codes. Right, save that. And let's start all over. Back in there now. Run it. Okay, start a new project. We have, let's say we have Daily Jones. Those are our new players. There, we have a winner. There we go. Clear. Let's try to make Mr. X wins. 1-1 draw. New game. Okay guys, so with that guys, I'm going to call it the end of this program, but let me show you guys the table. But to see the table, we're going to have to save it. Okay, so double click on the table. There we go guys, that is it. Daily 1 Jones. So back on my game. So guys, with that, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoyed. So you all have a nice day now, and bye for now.